What a fine day to play 9 holes.
Oh, tap the brakes, pal. Your head says yes. Your bad hip says not so fast.
Come on, a little exercise, some fresh air.
Your hip needs fresh air? Really? Dude, what your hip needs is a fresh hip.
Is your body holding you back?
Let's see. I think I'll fix some spaghetti tonight.
Now how you gonna open that jar when your wrist is too sore to turn a doorknob?
Ouch! Why are these lids always screwed on so tight?
Put down the jar, pick up the phone, and call for a pizza.
Your bones and joints can say no at any age, keeping you from doing the things you always used to do. Yet a lot of people in pain decide to fight for their mobility and regain their lives. To read their stories and find your own inspiration, visit anationinmotion.org, a public service message from the American Academy of Orthopedic Surgeons.
The odds of a young girl being discovered by an industry insider while singing to herself pumping gas? 1 in 300 million. The odds of the daughter of a clergyman from Severn, Maryland spending 11 weeks at number 1 on the U.S. singles charts? 1 in 19 million. The odds of going on to win 6 Grammy Awards? 1 in 1.4 million. The odds of selling over 40 million records? 1 in 800,000. And the odds of this musician and performer having a child diagnosed with autism? 1 in 150. I'm Toni Braxton, and I encourage you to learn the signs of autism at autismspeaks.org. Early diagnosis can make a lifetime of difference. Autism Speaks. It's time to listen.
Brought to you by Autism Speaks and the ad.
Regional World Entertainment presents The Booth. Check us out every Sunday on WIIT 88.9 FM in Chicago, 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. Central Standard Time. Download that free app, tune in, and get the best sounds of the underground with The Booth.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to DaBooth312, broadcast now WIIT 88.9 FM Chicago, DaBoothRadio.com, and Classic House Radio. Hopefully, you guys are doing all right today, and it's not a bad day out here in Chicago. We don't have snow just yet, and we don't have the rain. Bears are doing a little bit better, so it's brightening up here in Chicago. Hopefully, they can take it all the way. But I'm not holding my breath on that. Anyways, we got a great show lined up for you today. If you guys wanted to get some information about a recent event that had to cancel due to some unforeseen circumstances and really sad circumstances, we're going to find out the truth about what happened and what's going on for the future. So you guys do not want to miss out on this episode right here, because this is where you find out what happened to Barnyard Boogie. But don't worry, there's going to be more to come. All right, so we have a great show lined up. As I said, we have Steve Stone in the studio, otherwise known as Mindtza. He's going to be talking to us and helping us out, with alongside of Thomas Kelly, who both are part of the Barnyard Boogie, who were a part of the Barnyard Boogie, because Barnyard Boogie is no longer around. But we will find out more information about that, and they both will be blessing us with a mix here on the show, so you guys don't want to miss out. Also, we're happy to see, if you guys are looking and watching us right now off our social media sites, we have our brother back in the studio right here. So we're so happy he was back. We did miss you last week, Ron. So Ron Tinsley's back in the studio.
I was tuned in and enjoying the music last week. And, you know, when you move, it's not easy. It never is a fun thing to do. If people say they love to move, then they need to move, finish unpacking my stuff and get me fully into this new place where I moved into. But I was very fortunate to find an awesome place to move into. And I injured my back, and it's reminded me of my true age. So those out there with back problems, I understand what you are going through, because I'm going through the same thing myself. So with that being said, I'm not getting any younger. I'm getting much older each day. And if I keep procrastinating and talking too long on this mic, our guests are going to get too old, and they're going to be forgetting what they come here to do. So without further ado, I want to introduce two good guys that I know very well, Thomas Kelly and Steve Stone. Welcome to the show, The Booth. And I'm going to shut my mouth and let you guys get into what took place and what you guys worked hard to put together, and what is in the future for Thomas Kelly and Steve Stone.
Cool. Thanks for having us. Go ahead.
Thanks for having us here, both of you. Well, how can we start off with this? So my partner Steve here, he had a gig up in Wisconsin on October 21st.
Yeah.
With he was playing with Qbert and Ray Keith.
Chris.
Yeah, and I get a phone call from him saying, "Hey man, there's some serious stuff going down here. We definitely need to look at this. We have DJs that are jumping off of the lineup and things like that." And he said, "I hate to say it, but we may have to cancel." And at first I was like, whoa.
I was like, he's like, slow your roll, Steve. I'm like, Thomas, like, I've been getting calls since 8 a.m. I've been out all night, got like a couple hours of sleep. My phone's dinging all night. And I was like, I already had 2 phone conversations with some individuals that had some serious details of what's going on. And he's like, just calm down, we'll talk about it later. I'm like, no, we gotta talk about it now. And as we're talking, messages were just going back and forth on our phones constantly, and it was getting worse and worse. And I was getting details of what was going on with our, the head of the company. And he's like, it's just a group of people that were, out to get the event and out to get this person. And I'm like, from the person that I told, and I really trust this person's credibility, I was like, this is something beyond what we've ever, experienced before. And he's like, well, let's just see how it goes the rest of the day, and let's talk about when you get home. And, I was in the car most of the day, and he kept texting and calling me like every hour, and he's like,
we're just calling each other back and forth.
It didn't stop, and
No.
and the whole way home from Wisconsin, he's like, I don't know what to do. I'm like, nah, you're feeling it. And our brains were just getting overloaded, and finally we came to a conclusion, like, we need to do something about this. Like, we need to have a conversation with the individual. And he's like, I think, what we're gonna do? And I'm like, I don't know. Like, I seriously don't know. I've had these conversations with a lot of people, and we're bouncing things off each other and bouncing each other off with our wives and everything, getting different perspectives from a lot of different people that we really trust and care about us. And we're like, you know what? Tomorrow we're gonna have to have a phone conversation with this individual and put it on the table and say, look, this is what's going on. And it just, that whole day, that Sunday, it was worse and worse, the stuff we were being told and the message we're getting. And none of them were hate towards us or negative towards us. It was a lot of support. It was more of like, we're waiting to see what you guys do so we know how we're going to react to what we need to do.
Me, though.
Because the word that you guys got was there was some actions taken that were so deep that it could be some legal action.
It could be a lot of legal action. I mean, on all different avenues. And it wasn't that we were scared to run away from it. I mean, if we had to talk about it, we were going to talk about it. There's nothing to hide. And so we felt that we needed to first talk to the individual. Let's start there because that's our circle. And then let's figure out what to do from there. So we had a long, lengthy phone call earlier that evening, me and Thomas, and we're like, hey, this is what's our plan? Like, what are we going to say? And it's like, well, let's just get everything off our chest, everything that's in our heart, everything that we think, whether this person was our close buddy or not. Like, let's just get it out there and say, this is how we feel. This is what's going on. What do you got to say about it? And then we had a plan of attack as far as like, what are we going to do with the event, which at that point didn't really matter. I mean, at that point, the event was just, this is bigger than an event or a DJ gig or whatever. It didn't even matter. And even though how big it was and the legacy of it, 20th anniversary and whatnot, it didn't matter at that point. We were so past that emotionally and mentally that we didn't even care.
And that's the thing about me and Steve working together. I mean, aside from being involved in that previous company, he's also my right-hand man with Kids of the Core Chicago. So working with him, we always bounce everything off of each other, and then we come to a communal decision that works for everybody.
There's no decision that's made just by me
It's
or
never
just
one
by
guy
him.
that's over the other, any of that. It's we agree and we move forward, and that's why I love working with this guy. So it was more or less, that Saturday was my son's first birthday party, and I'm dealing with a lot of these things online. This guy had come out and made a post where he actually blamed these disgusting actions he was doing towards women on his autism, which I was like,
I saw that. I did
was
see
like,
that.
oh my God.
It blew us
I
away
did
because
see
It blew
that.
our minds.
that wasn't part of anything that was, the very little that was told to us that on
Yeah.
our phone call that he's getting to. And we're like, where did that come from?
I read that, and
Yeah.
that was the first, and that was right before I spoke with you, Steve, and it made me scratch my head because I'm like, what does this have to do with that? These are
Right.
two separate things, has nothing to do with
Yeah.
that, and okay,
So what a lot of people don't realize, and I try to get across to people, and you can't necessarily get through to everyone, but what I try to tell people is until you've stood in these shoes and have all these things on the line at this very point in time, what are you going to do? What decision are you going to actually make? And it's more or less, this was brought up 5 years ago in 2017. And I asked this guy about that then. And I said, listen, man, like you have these women out here that are saying that you've done these horrible things to them. And I'm asking you up front right now, like, is there truth to this? Because if there is, that is unacceptable. And I got the spiel that it was, oh, well, they hate our company, they hate Barnyard Boogie, they hate me, they're crazy, don't believe everything you see on the internet. And it was literally quiet for 5 years. No talk of it ever again. There was no talk of any instances, any allegations, none of that. So then, come to Friday, Steve hits me up and says, hey man, there's things going on. And at first I'm like, oh, well, these are just people that are trying to mess with Barnyard again. And I had not realized the gravity of what was taken forth. I mean, there were people saying that they were prepared to send emails to the Aurora Police Department saying that we're working with someone who is sexually assaulting women. All these types of things were beginning to come up and at us. And I'm here saying, like, I've never hurt nobody. I have a wife and kids. Like, I would never ever even fathom like anything like that. And then it's just, at that point in time, I had to go off of my personal experiences with this person. I had known him for the better part of over a decade. None of those types of actions have ever been portrayed against me, my wife, my kids. I had brought my kids out to his parents' house in Southern Illinois for Marathon Techno Jam, things like that. And what a lot of people don't realize is that I would only see this person maybe 2 or 3 times a year, tops. That's it. I had no idea what he was out there doing.
he has his own lifestyle.
Weekend.
Correct.
He has his own lifestyle. He's out there doing whatever he's doing. If I'm not playing a gig or I'm not involved in an event with myself or someone else, I'm at home with my wife and kids doing that family time. So pretty much we get to that Saturday. I call this individual up and we talk about our wives and our women that are in our lives who are really big support factors on this. And my wife helped me and said, you need to call this guy. You need to find out what's going on. And I called him all on my own. And that same individual that I was lied to about 5 years ago, I got the truth out of him. And I said, we're done here. This is unacceptable. Me and Steve will call you. We'll have a meeting tomorrow and we'll figure this out.
So
yeah,
he gets off the phone, calls me, and he's noticeably upset, right? I mean, this is super upsetting and emotional.
Yeah, I remember.
You know what I mean?
To both of you
and we
guys.
talked for like an hour on the phone, and it was during I was at work, and you're still feeling the emotion coming out of me.
Yeah.
But so like he told me that, and I was just like, all right, this is what we're gonna do. This is the stance we're taking for sure now. And when we called this individual, we were like, this is where it's at. And he didn't understand still the full scale of the situation. Like Tom was saying, like, oh well,
he
it's a group
literally
of people.
thought that
It's just
this
some
was
people.
going to blow over and that the event was still going to happen. Like he literally had that in his mind. We were talking to him about potentially, we laid it out on the line for him. You have 2 options. Option A, You turn the event and the company over to us 100% and you publicly step down, or option B, we cancel it and we walk away from you. What do you want to do?
Well, actually, either way, there was a walk away. Anyway.
He was either going to walk away or you guys were going to walk away.
And his response was, let me think about it. We knew right there, this is done.
Well,
with that, did he ever reach back to you guys?
Not yet.
After everything was canceled, he tried to reach back out to us.
So when we left that phone call that night, which we laid all on the table and said, this is a lot to take in. Oh my God. We're like, well, we've been dealing with this for the last 48 hours. Like, we're already there. So it shouldn't be that hard of a decision to make, like A or B, or just agree with us. So when we left the phone call, like literally left the phone call, I said, I'm leaving this before I say goodbye. I'm out. Like, I want this thing shut down and done, and I want to walk. And then, Thomas is like, just think about it, whatever, think about everything, and then we'll get back tomorrow. Well, that morning, that's before that morning, he was like, I got to think about it. This is a lot to take in. Let's have another call tomorrow night. That morning, 6:15 in the morning, driving to work, he's already driving to work. I go, I'm done. I didn't even say hi to him. I said, I'm done. I'm out. I'm walking. This is our stance. How are we gonna go public? What are we gonna do? We gotta do it now. I can't wait. He goes, you know what? Let's do it. And we formulated together on the phone. He wrote a statement, and from there we went public. And once we went public, it was on. I mean,
shock waves.
It shook the entire scene. This is bigger than Chicago, and this is bigger than a scene, or bigger than the party itself. It was the West Coast. It was, like we talked in our meeting, Michigan, and
this has gone
everywhere.
International.
I mean,
Yes. Right. This has gone international.
It's a big deal. I mean, it's a huge deal.
And there was a bunch of big names on that you guys had booked.
Oh, yeah. And we had conversations with those individuals on the phone, and they were 1,000% supportive and totally understood. And because they weren't going to go, we're out of this thing. Like, they want to hear from us, so they can, support it properly.
It was one of the most
hard.
I'll be honest with you. It was an embarrassing moment to have to tell Christopher Lawrence of what this individual had done and that the event was no longer happening. It really was.
And even our friends.
Yeah. And
I mean, when you guys told me, I was like, this was my first year going to be a part of it.
Yeah.
And, we had been talking, putting it out on the air about Barnyard Boogie right here on the booth. And the week before the bomb, let's call it the bomb.
The bomb that shook Chicago.
We were talking about it, Rob and I were talking about it on the mic here and telling everybody, hey, it's to be announced. Because, I got that big, you guys have it, these guys are so down to the T with how they have this thing organized. They have a big email thing, a packet to each individual that's a part of it. They get emailed. If you have to respond to the email and go through some questions of, it's not just, hey, you're going to come and play
keep
at
it
5
very,
o'clock.
keep it very simple. They are very professional about the way they host and command their event.
Very detail oriented.
That is a great feature, And don't get me wrong, back in the day when we were younger, we had to, real quick throw together events, and they were fun and they were great. But when you hit a certain point level in your life and you're getting, real serious in the management aspect of your business, you have to do things the right way. And I was very impressed when Ron did tell me about the way you guys are running your stuff. And then when this came about, I said, wow, this really changes our mindset. But I understand in business what you guys had to do for the business and why you guys took the steps you took and the route you took. Whereas I'm sure a lot of the followers may have not understood. Sometimes people don't understand, that there are steps that need to be taken.
Right.
And I've seen some of the negative out there. I've seen some people saying, hey, you know what? This is still a big party. You guys should still do it. And I'm sitting back and it's like, I understand where your stance is, because if you're tied to, even if you're over here and that person is still a part of it, you're accepting that. Yep. You're saying, okay, I'm cool with him and he's going to stay over here, but we're still going to do it for the sake of the party. And where are those people that were hurt?
Well, that's one thing that Steve said. He said we need to take the event out of the equation and think about the people. And that's exactly what we did. We thought about those people that had been hurt. And
the thing is, it's like there's a lot of DJs or artists that were like that wanted to continue the party, but it's also like maybe because they were so far away from the actual situation that they didn't quite understand the gravity of the situation. And maybe now they do, but the amount of people that still like, oh, we still want to play, or the amount of people that were actually hitting us up that weren't on the lineup that asked, oh, there's a lot of people coming off the lineup. Could we get on there? I'm so and so, and
that was happening.
And I probably got 10 or 12 DMs, and these are people that we don't necessarily know, or people that are really tied directly into like the Midwest scene. But I'm like, don't you think if you saw this mass exiting, why would you think to hit up a promoter to jump on a lineup? There's obviously a problem here.
Opportunist.
You know what I mean?
And that's when it comes to all of the DJs that were on this lineup and that were remaining to stay on the lineup. They were waiting to see what we were going to do. If we walked, they were all walking.
Right.
And if this guy decided to go through with this event, they were all going to walk anyway. None of the headliners were going to support him. None of them were going to fly in here. None of that. It was all done and over with. But one of the worst parts about all this is that when it comes to Facebook and when it comes to social media, it can either help you or it can really harm you. And what a lot of people don't understand is that when you are in the position that you are in, being a facilitator of a big event like this, you need to think logically. I cannot move based off of emotions and off of feelings. There's a lot of things that are on the line here.
Right. There's a sense of responsibility that we have being in this position, whether it's that event or even our own events. Like, if even at a smaller scale, we still took the same stance.
Well, for you all that's watching, it took a lot of planning and thinking to get these two gentlemen to come today, because it was still so fresh, number one, and it was going to be this weekend, number two, and
last night,
and they were both emotionally tied to this, to be like, and I kept talking to both of you guys saying, hey, if this is not a good weekend for you guys to come and talk about it, let's plan for it somewhere down the road.
Yeah.
But Thomas said, no, we need to clear the air, clear our names. And I'm glad that you guys did come in and talk about this. And, it's unfortunate, but it had to be done.
Exactly.
It had to be done. It could not continue 21 years with that negative anchor hanging on in the balance. So
you're right.
With that being said, you had mentioned before the show started, what is the future? What do you have in the future? So I don't want to step on any toes. What is the future for? Is it going to be a Barnyard Boogie next year, or
No.
is it going to be something? What is the plans for this?
So look, we still want to appeal to all the supporters that would come out and support this event every single fall. It's been a big type of electronic pilgrimage, if you will, that happens every single fall. And
it's almost it's almost like a holiday. It's people refer to it as a rave holiday. Like we've met hundreds of people and you've seen hundreds of different DJs, and people look forward to seeing that their group of friends they haven't seen all year because they're flying in or they're taking that 4-hour car trip here.
There's so many people that just come out to this one party every year, and they get to come and be themselves and be free. And unfortunately, I still feel very, very bad that we had to take that away, but it was for good reason.
Yes.
However, this next fall, November,
maybe
the band is getting back together again.
Yeah.
And you know what? We're going to present the first annual Boogie Ball.
You heard it right here on the booth. The Boogie Ball, November 5th.
No, we don't have a date yet.
Okay.
So it may be October, it may
it's
be
definitely in the
November.
fall.
It's definitely in the fall season.
Definitely in the fall.
And this will be 100% Kids of the Core Chicago
And Friends.
Event.
Because
that's our.
we have access, being that we were the organizers of this event that has come to pass, we have access to everyone that was involved with the stages, the sound, the lighting, all of those things, because we organize all of that.
Okay.
So we had a bunch of these people hitting us up, well, are you guys going to take this over next year? And me and Steve, we talk every day on the phone. Early, like 6:30, 6:45
I know.
in the
I remember I
morning,
got a
every
call
day.
from you at 7:30, and I was like, I'm logging into work. I was like, hey, I'll hit you back in a minute.
It's a common thing. We're driving to work, already got things on our mind. We got these ideas. We already got to get them out, get them on paper. You know, like it's a constant thing. I mean, music is our life.
But
So
yes.
once you get that date, please let us know here, because DaBooth, we consider you all friends.
Absolutely. You as well.
And as we spoke about before, there's some other things that the radio station would like to tie in with you guys. So, once we get that word of that exact date, you heard it right here on the booth, we'll be letting you guys know and getting that word spread out amongst the house music community. For those that have never been to the previous function, they'll get a chance to see what you guys put together as your own function, not tied in with someone else. So-
Absolutely. Well, I do want to say that you guys are getting a lot of support on our social media platform. DJ3J is definitely showing love and appreciating everything you guys
Much love,
are doing.
3J. What up, 3J?
Yes,
You
shout
know.
out definitely.
And we do appreciate you guys, again, taking the time to come on our show and talk about this sensitive event. And we really, really appreciate everything you guys are doing to make it right for the foregoing. And, still to try to keep the community of the unity going. So, we do appreciate that as well. So,
You guys
thank
are
you.
top-notch. Hats off, guys, to you guys. And, whatever help you need, let us know. We would be glad to help.
Thank you.
Because we believe in what you're doing. And I've known Thomas a little bit longer than I've known Steve.
Yeah.
But Thomas is a stand-up guy, and the way I look at it, if you guys talk the way you act, like
Every day.
then you're a stand-up guy too.
Thanks.
And we just keep that circle of love and camaraderie going. So we're gonna have these two gentlemen play on the ones and twos. Did we figure out who's going first?
I will be going first.
Okay, Thomas will be on the ones and twos first. Rob, you want to take us to a commercial break so we can pay some bills and then come back to Thomas Kelly on the ones and twos?
Yeah, we could do that. All right, guys, stick around right here for more to come. When we come back, you're going to hear Thomas Kelly throwing down in the ones and twos for yet what is to come for let me make sure I get it right. It's the Boogie Ball for fall of 2023. So you make sure you guys stick around because you're going to hear what these two guys have to offer you. So stick around for more to come on the DaBooth312, broadcasting off WIT 88.9 FM Chicago, DaBoothRadio.com, and Classic House Radio.
Move my body back and forth. 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 Move my body.
There's been a rumor going around my school lately about a new draft, so I decided to check out the facts. Turns out, there is no draft, and if there ever was going to be one, we'd have plenty of notice. But you know what else I found out? Young men like me still need to register with Selective Service when we turn 18. Why register when there's no draft? Well, first off, it's the law. Guys have had to register for almost 60 years. Second, if you're a guy living in the U.S. and you don't register, you get shut out of important opportunities like college loans, job training, good jobs, and even a driver's license in most states. But I guess for me, I register because it's the right thing to do. Things are crazy in this world right now. And if the country ever does decide it needs me, I'm gonna do my part.
Guys, register with Selective Service when you turn 18. Go to sss.gov or your local post office.
If you're a guy turning 18, you need to register with the Selective Service System. It's the law, and we wanted to make absolutely sure you get the message, so we brought in someone we knew you'd pay attention to.
50 push-ups!
Hey, Coach.
Get on that computer! sss.gov! Not fast enough! 50 jumping jacks!
It's for your own good, because not registering with Selective Service could cost you a shot at college loans and grants, federal jobs, job training, and in most states, it could even cost you a driver's license.
I'm talking to you! Run that hill! 50 hills!
Go to sss.gov to register with Selective Service. 2 minutes and you're done. It's just something you have to do.
Pick up the pace! 50 ballet jumps over the alligator pit!
Register with Selective Service at sss.gov within 30 days of turning 18. If you don't, the consequences could be ugly.
Don't you smirk at me! 50 belly flops into moving traffic!
Regional World Entertainment presents The Booth. Check us out every Sunday on WIIT 88.9 FM in Chicago, 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. Central Standard Time. Download that free app, tune in, and get the best sounds of the underground with The Booth.
All I ever wanted, all I ever needed is here in my house. Words are very unnecessary. don't need no education. We don't need no thought control. No dark sarcasm in the classroom. Teacher, leave them kids alone. Hey! Teacher! Leave those kids alone! Another brick in the wall. Another brick in the wall. We don't need no education. We don't need no thought control. Don't
sky isn't always blue, the sun doesn't always shine. It's alright to fall apart sometimes. I am not always you, and you are not always mine. It's alright to fall apart sometimes. After all is said and done, 1 and 1 still is 1. When we cry
Could you do
What a fine day to play 9 holes.
Oh, tap the brakes, pal. Your head says yes. Your bad hip says not so fast.
Come on, a little exercise, some fresh air.
Your hip needs fresh air? Really? Dude, what your hip needs is a fresh hip.
Is your body holding you back?
Let's see. I think I'll fix some spaghetti tonight.
Now how you gonna open that jar when your wrist is too sore to turn a doorknob?
Ouch! Why are these lids always screwed on so tight?
Put down the jar, pick up the phone, and call for a pizza.
Your bones and joints can say no at any age, keeping you from doing the things you always used to do. Yet a lot of people in pain decide to fight for their mobility and regain their lives. To read their stories and find your own inspiration, visit anationinmotion.org, a public service message from the American Academy of Orthopedic Surgeons.
The odds of a young girl being discovered by an industry insider while singing to herself pumping gas? 1 in 300 million. The odds of the daughter of a clergyman from Severn, Maryland spending 11 weeks at number 1 on the U.S. singles charts? 1 in 19 million. The odds of going on to win 6 Grammy Awards? 1 in 1.4 million. The odds of selling over 40 million records? 1 in 800,000. And the odds of this musician and performer having a child diagnosed with autism? 1 in 150. I'm Toni Braxton, and I encourage you to learn the signs of autism at autismspeaks.org. Early diagnosis can make a lifetime of difference. Autism Speaks. It's time to listen.
Brought to you by Autism Speaks and the Ad Council.
Regional World Entertainment presents The Booth. Check us out every Sunday on WIIT 88.9 FM in Chicago, 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. Central Standard Time. Download that free app, tune in, and get the best sounds of the underground with The Booth.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to DaBooth312, broadcasting off WIT 88.9 FM Chicago, DaBoothRadio.com, and Classic House Radio. Just tuning in right now, you missed out on a great mix by Thomas Kelly, who just threw it down for you guys. Definitely love the vibe. Definitely love the feel of that one. Thomas, thank you so much for coming in and throwing down for us again, brother. We really appreciate that, man.
Thanks, man.
Seriously, we love your
It's
style.
my pleasure.
So Thomas has a big set coming up. Why don't you tell him real quick about your event coming up that you're a part of?
So this Friday coming up at Soundbar, Friday, November 11th, I have the 3-hour opening set before iconic trance DJ and producer from Germany, Paul van Dyk. And that's somebody who I've followed since the late 90s, since getting involved in this culture and in this scene. And I'm going to be such a fanboy walking up with my couple records I have, like, sir, please sign this. Yeah, it'll definitely go on the Wall of Fame. But I'm very happy to do something like that. It's taken a lot of years of hard work and dedication. That's what a lot of DJs need to understand, that when you get involved in this industry, it doesn't get handed to you overnight or even over the next month or maybe even over the next year.
Mm-hmm.
There's people that put 10, 15, 20 years into this, sometimes longer. You have to be dedicated to what you do, and if not, well, you get what you put into it, 100%.
Amen.
And I'm very happy to actually do that, and it's definitely going to be the gig of my life, for sure.
Amen. Amen.
Sweet.
Where can everybody find you on social media?
You can find me on Facebook at Thomas_Kelly. You can find me on SoundCloud at Thomas_Kelly. You can check out our page, kidsofthecorechicago.com on Facebook. We're always trying to update. Steve here, he's in charge of the media relations part of everything as well, which is good. I mean, this guy is the jack of all trades here. He's a graphic designer, he's media relations, he's everything that you need to have right by your side. And
I can relate. I can definitely relate to that, so I understand that one. So, yeah, the man he's talking about, Steve Stone, otherwise known as Mindtza. He'll be throwing down for you guys next and giving us a little something. So,
I don't know, man. You're going to be able to keep up with Thomas here?
Man, we'll see. We'll see.
That was a lot of energy.
He definitely
a lot
can.
of energy.
I probably should have played second.
We're all good. It's not a competition, man.
Oh, never that.
Never.
No.
All about the music. All about the
Yeah,
music.
the only competition you should have is with the person you see in the mirror. That's what I always try to say.
Yeah,
You know, try to do
definitely.
better than yourself.
Yeah.
Don't worry about what other people are doing. You know, we're all on our own level. We're all own retrospect of how we're doing things. So, you know, the only one you should be trying to do better than is yourself.
I want to say a big shout out to Rosalie, who tunes in each and every Sunday, and any of the new people who have never tuned into the booth that follow these two gentlemen right here. Thank you for tuning in. Like we mentioned 3J earlier. We got Eddie Moran, who's in the house.
Patrick Wayne was tuning in.
Patrick Wayne. So thank you for tuning in. Please share the show. Let everybody know what we do here every Sunday from 2
right.
p.m. to 5 p.m.
And I want to give a quick birthday shout out. I almost forgot. Sorry about that. But I want to give a quick birthday shout out to a real good friend of mine as well, Harv Roman. If anyone knows Harv Roman in the music industry, B96, and with the freestyle era, today is Harv Roman's birthday. So God bless you, Harv. Wish you many, many more to come. So, so let's talk a little bit more about Mindtza here. So what kind of sound are you going to be giving us today?
So my signature sound is, Jack and House, funky house, a little bit of tech house, mostly on the current style side of things. Not so much when people say Jack and House, they're thinking 90s. Everything I'm doing is current in the last 10, 15 years. So I try to stay up to date on producers I follow. So my sound's can have some disco flavor, it can have some little jazz flavor, it can have some soulful flavor, it can have, like I said, a little tech house flavor, and just kind of bring it together my own way.
Okay.
So today I
brought
some tunes that just kind of feeling based on the last couple of weeks and based off of my last show I played. So I'm going to bring a little bit of my little story to you guys.
Some uplifting music because the Bears lost a tough one today by 3 points, 35-32. Here in Chicago, it was we didn't see the game because we were here, but it sounds like the Bears tried to come back, but we ran out of time as usual. So right here is where the uplifting music will come because people are feeling down right now. I'm definitely not disappointed because I kind of figured, hey, this is going to be a rough year, rough season for the Bears. We got two guys wearing Chicago flavor on their hats right now, but. We still got the Bulls in town. World Series is over. Houston won it. And that's my thoughts on that. Was pulling for Philly the whole time.
Well, it's all right. We also got some great news today for looking forward to next year. So we're all going to be looking forward to the Boogie Ball coming to us here in the fall of 2023. And you guys will be hearing a lot more from us about Boogie Ball, what the upcoming is, and what's going on with that. As we find out, we'll be relaying that to you guys. So make sure you guys stay in tune with that as well, because we have a lot coming up for that. Because these guys are like family. The fact of the unity aspect, what they're trying to do. This is what we support. This is what we do. This is what we've been talking about and acting on since we started this. So we're going to continue that, and we're happy to be working with these guys to help push the sound, push the notification, and let the world know about Boogie Ball 2023.
And the great thing about Unity doesn't have a side or a color. Right. We don't just unify just the South Side or do events with the South Side. We're doing things with the North Siders and the suburban areas. I mean, Rob was just out last weekend with Anomaly out there in Crete, Illinois. So Unity doesn't come with a color. It doesn't come with a signature side of the city where you're from. It doesn't matter. These guys are bringing people together from all walks of life, even in Europe, coming over here for their events. And we are out here pushing house music to the world, not just Chicagoland. We're heard and seen all over the place. So with that being said, are you ready to play?
Let's go.
Okay, we're going to pay some bills right quick. And we're going to get into the mix with Steve Stone, a.k.a.
Wait, what are you pointing at me? You can't say it.
You've been
Mind teaser?
Mind teaser.
There you go. At least you guys said it right, you know?
Right. That's why I said.
Hey, I looked at it a couple of times when it was sent to me, and I was working on the promotion. So I was like, okay, I think I
Usually
got
send
this.
it out phonetically so that way it makes sense.
Actually, I only found out about that recently. I was saying Mindtza for years.
Yeah, like, what's up, Mindtza? I'm like, what's that?
Well, the original promo before I looked at it again, it
But
really did say
he's
that.
like, dude, it's a Mindtza. I'm like, I got it now. So, all right.
Let's see if he teases your mind while he plays on the ones and twos. So stick around right here for more to come on the DaBooth312, broadcasting out WIT 88.9 FM Chicago, DaBooth312.com, and Classic House Radio.
What a fine day to play 9 holes.
Oh, tap the brakes, pal. Your head says yes. Your bad hip says not so fast.
Come on, a little exercise, some fresh air.
Your hip needs fresh air? Really? Dude, what your hip needs is a fresh hip.
Is your body holding you back?
Let's see. I think I'll fix some spaghetti tonight.
Now how you gonna open that jar when your wrist is too sore to turn a doorknob?
Ouch! Why are these lids always screwed on so tight?
Put down the jar, pick up the phone, and call for a pizza.
Your bones and joints can say no at any age, keeping you from doing the things you always used to do. Yet a lot of people in pain decide to fight for their mobility and regain their lives. To read their stories and find your own inspiration, visit anationinmotion.org, a public service message from the American Academy of Orthopedic Surgeons.
The odds of a young girl being discovered by an industry insider while singing to herself pumping gas? 1 in 300 million. The odds of the daughter of a clergyman from Severn, Maryland spending 11 weeks at number 1 on the U.S. singles charts? 1 in 19 million. The odds of going on to win 6 Grammy Awards? 1 in 1.4 million. The odds of selling over 40 million records? 1 in 800,000. And the odds of this musician and performer having a child diagnosed with autism? 1 in 150. I'm Toni Braxton, and I encourage you to learn the signs of autism at autismspeaks.org. Early diagnosis can make a lifetime of difference. Autism Speaks. It's time to listen.
Brought to you by Autism Speaks and the Ad Council.
Regional World Entertainment presents The Booth. Check us out every Sunday on WIIT 88.9 FM in Chicago, 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. Central Standard Time. Download that free app, tune in, and get the best sounds of the underground with The Booth.
only thing that could be bad is to take it too seriously. In other words, if you take the fundamental idea that the whole universe, all its forms, all the forms of biology, all the different species, the giraffes, the rhinoceroses, the baboons, the roses, the eucalyptus trees, etc., everything is a form of biological game. Dancing.
has come, and the land is dark, and the moon is the only light we'll see. No, I won't be afraid, oh, I won't be afraid, just as long as you stand by me. So darling, darling, stand by me. Oh, stand by me. Oh, stand by me. Stand by me.
Hello? Oh, hi, Maurice. Sure, I'd love to go to a movie. Yes, Friday will work. What time will you pick me up? Pardon? Why can't you pick me up?
Guys, if you turn 18 and don't register with the Selective Service System, you can't get a driver's license in most states. Register today at sss.gov on your computer or smartphone. It's quick, it's easy, it's the law.
What do you mean I can take the bus?
Grades, work, sports, bikinis. 18-year-old guys have a lot on their minds. Accidentally breaking the law probably isn't one of them. Yet that's exactly what young men will be doing if they fail to register with Selective Service. So if you know a guy turning 18, do him a favor. Remind him. Fortunately, it'll only take him a few minutes because that's all it takes to register at sss.gov. Then he can get back to his distractions. Homework. sss.gov. Register. It's the law.
Selective Service presents easy ways to stay out of trouble.
Don't take a nap in the alligator pit.
And here's the easiest way of all to stay out of trouble. When a guy turns 18, he should register with Selective Service at sss.gov. It only takes a minute, and it's the law.
What a fine day to play 9 holes.
You're kidding. With your bad hip, you better just watch golf on TV.
Is your body holding you back?
Now, where's that jar of spaghetti sauce?
Yeah, who's gonna open it? Your wrist can't even turn a doorknob.
Don't let your body hold you back. A lot of people in pain choose to fight for their mobility. Read their stories and find your own inspiration at anationinmotion.org. A message from the American Academy of Orthopedic Surgeons.
Regional World Entertainment presents The Booth. Check us out every Sunday on WIIT 88.9 FM in Chicago, 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. Central Standard Time. Download that free app, tune in, and get the best sounds of the underground with The Booth.
just the summer sun? Imagination's got the best of me. When I think of you, girl, I feel that you're the only one, and I see a million ways I know I can love you. A million reasons why we gotta get this thing going on, girl. I can't go another day without you. This is our moment. This is our time. So here we are, laying underneath the stars, and the night is falling into morning, babe. Oh, let's just stay in this place, not a second on the waste. The stars are alive for you and me, girl. Could it be that this is destiny, or is it just the summer sun? Imagination's got the best of me. When I think of you, girl, I feel that you're the only one, and I see a million ways I know I can love you. A million reasons why we gotta get this thing going on, girl. I can't go another day without you. This is our moment. This is our time. A million ways I know I can love you. A million reasons why we gotta get this thing going on, girl. I can't go another day. I can't go another day. This is our moment. This is our time. Oh, a million ways I can love you. A million ways I can love you. Let's bring it in. Oh, oh, yeah. A million ways I can love you. A million ways I know I can love you. A million reasons why we gotta get this thing going on, girl. I can't go another day without you. This is our moment. This is our time. A million ways I know that I can love you.
fire burn, never losing.
Tap the brakes, pal. Your head says yes. Your bad hip says not so fast.
Come on, a little exercise, some fresh air.
Your hip needs fresh air? Really? Dude, what your hip needs is a fresh hip.
Is your body holding you back?
Let's see. I think I'll fix some spaghetti tonight.